Hey everybody, Ramblin Bob back again. Say, I had a scriber. Well, that's what I call them. I call them scribers. I didn't even mean to start this page, and next thing you know, I call them people scribers. Uh, so I had a scriber send me a message and say, what was the big differences between the OUKITEL P2001 and the PECRON E2000LFP? And I thought, well, I've owned this one for about a year, and I've owned this one for about maybe 6, 7 months now. I like them both. I do like this one better, but this one does have some better properties. Long being said, I'm not a fan favorite of anybody. You make a box and call it XYZ by Rush, and you know, as long as it works, you call it whatever you want. I'm a fellow that wants a product, you know, that works for the money that I give you, and that's it. That's the bottom dollar. That's why we started this one video on this YouTube thing just to help folks, and you know, because I found that hidden menu. I wish I would have told you about that. But next thing you know, I'm making videos on everything in the house. So I hope you're enjoying it. So, I enjoy doing it. It's kind of a new hobby for me. It's kind of fun. All right, so I'm going to run through the differences of what I've noticed. I'm not a professional reviewer. I don't know everything, and I'm not a professional electrical engineer or anything. My background is musical engineer, a sound engineer. So I thought I'd bring what I know to the table and kind of help out folks, because ain't nobody talking about this that much other than a couple reviews, and I'm not trying to sell it. You know, you could buy that one or buy that one. I don't get a penny, so it don't matter to me. I'm just trying to help you make a good decision for, you know, your money. It's your money, it ain't mine. So here's the big thing. You heard the power up sequence of both. They both they call them pleasure beeps. Basically, when a system starts up, it runs through that little beep beep check. You know, you hear it in your car every time you start your car. All the check oil lights and all that stuff come on. All the ports will run through the ports real quick. On the OUKITEL, you got the old-fashioned cigarette lighter. That's regulated output. 10 amps, and then you got, here's an XT60. Now I've only used that maybe once or twice, but that's really good for the RC community because a lot of their ports, you know, run off the XT60 and the chargers and stuff, so that's cool. But it's only at 10 amps, and you got two barrels at 10 amps. Now over here on the same thing, you got DC, which is a 12-volt regulated output, 10 amps, and then you got two of these little barrels. I think they're 5525 or 5521. They look like 5525. I never use them. That's why I don't really know the actual size. Back to the OUKITEL, you got your USB outs. You got your four. I guess the kids call them dinosaurs. These are USB A's, 2.4 amps out, and then these are 18. So these are quick charges, 18 watts. And then over here you got two USB C 100 watt outputs. Now you can't pull 200 watts out, this and this. It's either one or the other, but if you plug in two things, it will charge one at I think 65 and the other one at 35. So it's nice to have two ports if you want to charge two things and leave them and walk away and come back. You don't have to come back when one's full and plug the other one in. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. On this side you have your 100 watt USB-C out on the PECRON. They fixed it. This is only 65 on this. This is a version 1. They have a version 2 out. So this is now officially 100 watts. Something with the protocol in the board, and probably you know, just something inside. It's obviously a technical thing that they couldn't get the full 20 volts out of there. And now they can 20 volts at 5 amps, 100 watts. Here's a dinosaur again. So you got your USB A. That's a 2 amp. Now notice that's 2 amp, and those you get 2.4 amp. It's not a big difference, but just to be noted. And then here you got a couple quick charges. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. USB-C. That's an 18 watt USB-C. So you have the 100 watt here and the 18 here. It's almost kind of what that does, but that puts out a little bit more. And then a dinosaur down here. You got a USB-A at 2 amps. And then on the last port you have two more, which is one is an 18 watt, a quick charge for a USB-A, and then another 2 amp USB. So you do get a handful of outputs on either one. Let's move over to this. What this has and this doesn't have is a light. I don't know if that you know, that means anything to you. I think it's a nice touch to have a very small light on a power station. I've seen a lot of people, that's SOS. It has a lot of people you know, complaining about that light. But I'll give you a scenario where that might come in handy. And maybe they didn't think about it. Maybe they spend a lot of time indoors. But yeah, I like fishing, and I like getting out there and camping and stuff. Say I used to carry this from the van to the tent, from the RV down to you know, over by the lake or the pier or something, you want to use it for external power. If you carry something like this, you know, if it's dark, you can't see where you're going. So it's going to take you 2 hands to carry. Most people are going to take 2 hands to carry this, 50 pounds each. But here you could turn that on and aim that towards the you know, direction you're going, and you can see that log that's in front of you that you're going to trip on, or that row of vines you're going to trip on, or you know, some crazy snake, or who knows what the heck's on the ground in the dark. So that's I think this even though this is kind of a weird thing to have on there, I think it serves a purpose. I just think that purpose hasn't been recognized by a lot of folks. Like I said, I don't know if they spend a lot of time outdoors, but that to me would come in handy. Like say you had a flat tire and you set that out there and you can use that light. I mean, there's every product made has a purpose. Hence, that's why it was made. It's that simple to me. All right, let's get back to the ports now. This doesn't have a light. As far as the let's see, the AC ports. The AC ports on this one on the OUKITEL are on the side. It's kind of hard because you gotta move this around. It's a big door flap here. I like it and I don't. Every product's got ups and downs, and I'll show you one reason why I don't like it. They're both rated for 2,000 watts and a little bit more surge, but this one cuts you off right at 2,000. There's not much surge over there, but here's the reason. So say you're using this, and let me show you here. Say you're using this, and you want to measure, you know, just in case, just so you get you know, that second opinion. You plug it in any one of those, it's fine. It'll cover up some stuff, but you can move it along, right? This one, look at, you can't get that in there. You see, that door's in the way; it doesn't come off. You can break it off, but I wouldn't recommend that. So you'd have to get something like this. You know, you plug that in there like that, and then you put this in here. So you'd have to have an extension to use this for, just in case you want a second opinion to a system. You know, here's your on button for your AC inverter. So slide this back so you can see in here, and on this one you have your 6 outputs here. That's 110 volts, by the way, the voltage output on this model, and this is 110. You got 6 outputs there, and you got 6 outputs here. They're hidden under these little rubber flaps. I like them and I don't. As I said, every product's got a place. That one's got real good water share, just in case you shouldn't use any of these in the rain or the moisture. It's just not good for electronics. But you know, just in case, say you used to spill something, say you had a soda pop sitting there and you spilt it, it would kind of deflect that better. Where this, as you can see, I can put my fingernail inside there, and that if it fell down, you know, God forbid you spill something, and or it rained, that water could seep inside there. It does have the little nubs that plug the holes, but notice not on the top. So water moisture could get in there. Highly unlikely, but it could. That's the AC 110. And then we have the DC voltage is all regulated, so you don't have to worry, like if you have a CPAP machine or something like that. A lot of people talk about that. The voltage on here, the USBs. Screen brightness. Here, I'll let you see the difference. I don't even have to say nothing. You could set this lower, but you can't see that in the daytime. This you can. So I don't even have to say nothing. You can see that one. That's a huge plus. I like that a lot. As far as the screens itself, you got the inputs and the output, your percentage of battery, and then your charge time remaining calculator, which, as you see, it's fluctuating, but it ain't doing nothing. So this inverter is a lot less efficient than this one is, by far. By far, as you see, this ain't moved. This one's bouncing all over the place. It's using that extra power to run that inverter, and or not even the inverter, just the system itself. The inverter's not even on. So neither one. DC. This one actually has the AC. Otherwise, you can't turn the system on. So this, you turn the system on, and then you turn on the, you know, each part like that, little buttons. This one, you either turn on the AC, you turn on the DC, or the system goes off. So that has to be on all the time. And this one's kind of in a, this one has to be on all the time, and that's more of a standby state. And notice that one's using more energy than this one. So I think that's a huge thing. Let's see, construction. Both of them, they're built really well. I have no problems with either one. I like the little rubber bumpers on there. I didn't like them at first, but I like the color scheme. It kind of grows on you. As far as you bump against something, God forbid you drop it. It'll take a little bit of that impact. Where this is just straight plastic, that hard stuff. straight down. The handles are good. This is a straight aluminum handle, so they can get cold when you carry it. These are, I believe they're aluminum under there, but they have a rubber grip on top of them, which is nice because they never get cold, I noticed, and you have more grip. So when you have a little grip on there and you carry that one hand, that's much easier because you don't want to drop either one of these. That's a big thing. Oh, the top of it, I forgot about the top. This has a 15-watt wireless charger. It's very inefficient, as all wireless charging is, but it's nice because my wife can put her phone right there. She could put her, she got these Android little buds that she puts in her ear, and it comes in a case, and you set it right there, and boom, it's charging. You don't have to plug it in nowhere, just set it there, This does not have it. The OUKITEL does not have that. But the OUKITEL has something that this doesn't have, up here, which is, I call it the glove compartment. I think it's a real good feature. So you open this up, and you see it's like a little trunk, and you could store all your cables up in there. See that? I think that's pretty cool. You could put your cell phone if it's small enough. I know these kids got cell phones bigger than my computer nowadays. They walk around with this huge tablet phone. They're not even hell, they're not even phones anymore. They look like big screen TVs in their hands, compared to when I was growing up. But okay, that's the top, the construction, the wireless charging, the glove compartment. Oh, the fuses. Okay, so the PECRON has these little, if I could turn them. It has these little blade fuses right here. I'm assuming one is for the main system and one is for the expansion. I'm assuming because I don't know yet. They didn't quite make it clear in the manual, and I'm still testing the batteries out. Well, this one has actually, if I could get over there and spin it around, I apologize. I'm not a professional at this. Circuit breaker. So while you're charging, if you were to have that power surge and something were to go wrong, you just hit that and reset it. So that's nice. Otherwise, you got to carry blade fuses with you, And how many people